Hi everyone, Comic Book Reviewer here. This time reviewing on the film Battle Royale. Now, as you know, Battle Royale is a 2000 action thriller film that was directed by Kenji Fukatasku, as well as being based on the controversial 1999 novel by Kushun Takamaki, which was eventually adapted to a film. Now, after hearing some comparisons from this and Hunger Games, I decided to pick this film up at CEX, and after watching it, I would say the film is totally different from Hunger Games. Like, yeah, the point of Hunger Games is maybe sort of setting up a sort of punishment for a failed revolt, and we kind of see how the people of the capital get the satisfaction of seeing them beaten. Well, Battle Royale is meant to deal with a problem the wrong way, and showing that, yeah, there are people who can be helped, but it's just important to try and offer it to them. So the premise of the film is meant to follow how, in the near future, following a major recession and the high employment rate and Japanese government, we kind of see how the sort of higher officials deal with the juvenile delinquency which happens in the school system, and we kind of see how a certain class that has Hiro and Kiko end up for their sort of Battle Royale game, where the both of them and their classmates survive for 3 days, and we kind of see how, yeah, Hiro and Kiko try to survive the 3 days, as well as seeing their friends become former shells of themselves. We see how their peers become sort of cold-blooded killers, and we do kind of see how there's two former people who did compete in the Battle Royale, one of which known as Kenwa, offers to help them and becomes a friend and an ally, while the other one, Kiyumeya, is just meant to show what he would have become if he never had any little bit of compassion left. So we kind of see how others are quick to betray, stab, mutilate, decapitate, castrate, and do all sorts of things to the others. And we see how some want to do the right things, and we do kind of see how some are too far gone to be helped, which I think is a realistic thing, where you want to help someone, but they're too far gone to be helped, or they want to believe they can foolishly handle things the wrong way. And I think what's interesting is, I think the film is a completely different thing from the Hunger Games, and I think people have got to stop the comparison, because one, we kind of see how Hunya lost his dad and had problems that he wasn't going to overcome, that no one really offered it to him. And we do kind of see how Norikiko wanted to kind of do the right things, but was just kind of roped into the Battle Royale without being offered a chance. And I think when you kind of got the guy running the sort of Battle Royale, Quintano, I think his character is different from President Snow. One, President Snow was just a guy who just saw everything as an advantage to keep his seat in power. Well, Quintano is just meant to be a higher official who just wants to kind of believe he's in the right, and sees every bit and pleasure in seeing the classmates kill, mutilate, and decapitate each other. And I think for the most part, the film does work, as, yeah, there are teachers who don't really take any responsibility for their students, and we see how that, yeah, some students are too far gone to be helped, and some of them do need help, otherwise they can end up being too far gone, and without someone to talk to them or moral them, they might be too far gone to be helped. And I can kind of see where some of the controversies happened, because, yeah, the film being banned in some countries and political controversies, lawsuits, and so many other things. But really, let it go. I think we've seen this with other media before, and I think Battle Royale was just trying to be like what I think other Japanese products and other products at the time were. And I think, yeah, I can understand the comparisons between Hunger Games and Battle Royale, but I think it's a bit different. I think at least with Cadmus and Gale's storyline made sense, because we saw how Cadmus wanted to keep her sister safe, and we see how Gale wanted to use things during the Hunger Games to keep both him and Katniss safe. And they kind of make it clear that Gale wasn't really a bad guy. He did wanted to use things for it to help keep Katniss and himself alive, and knew what he was trying to do. I think when you got Battle Royale, it's just basically show you and Noriko, two friends, basically not awful like the other ones, but you do kind of see how they have to band together to keep each other alive. And I think what's interesting is when you've got the when you kind of got the training video girl in the film, it's actually Yuko Miyamoto, who was also known for voicing Casca in the 1992 anime of Berserk. So I think it's kind of like a neat little sort of reference there. And I think Battle Royale is meant to be totally different, like taking place on a sort of giant island. We kind of see how characters have to use things for their advantage, and some friends are too far gone to be helped, saved, or talked to. I think, well, yeah, it's not a bad movie, and I think Hunger Games did improve itself over Battle Royale. So I think the film still deserves a thumbs up. It's still good, still alright, but I think really start making the comparisons to Hunger Games. The two products are completely different. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.